What's up, YouTube? This is James,
And Joan?
and we're coming back at you guys with an informative video. Actually, this is a rebuttal to the brother and the sister, Watchman, Watchman reports, and Debrayah, you know, of redirecting. Okay, and basically, what we're coming at you guys about is to make it clear that we are not Hamitic people. You understand? I see that you guys believe that we are, and we are actually Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Judah and Gad itself. Okay? We are Gadite, we are Judites. You understand? I mean, we are from the Shemitic seed line of Shem. Okay? We are not Hamites, and it kind of upsets us that you would make us to be like African people. There's nothing wrong with being Hamitic people. You understand? But the thing is this: African people are on the continent of Africa, where they are today and where they have always been. Okay, the Shemitic bloodline is over here in so-called America. Okay, I just want to make that clear, because you guys are actually indoctrinating people of something that's not really true. Okay, and that's just what it is.
And we don't look anything like them either, to me. Um, for the people that were scattered abroad, when you see them, most of us look like the people you see on this video in front of you. They don't look like Hamites. They are our cousins, but they're not us.
Right. Our bone structure and everything are different because, like Joan just said, um, our bone, like she was saying, we just don't look like they are our cousins. Okay, they come from two brothers, Shem and Ham. Okay, we are of the Shemitic seed line, not Hamitic. African people are of the Hamitic seed line. You know, just like it says over here with our history is in the Bible, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. As you can see right here, we have a depiction of Judah and Gad. Okay, both of them have yokes of iron up on on their neck, as the Most High's word says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. You see,
And maybe there was some Hamites here in America when they came here, but they were not the predominant people because when you look around, you don't predominantly see them to this day.
no, you don't. And matter of fact, when they do come over here, when they do come from Africa on a visa or education, whatever it is they're over here for, they are told to stay away from us. Okay, they are told to stay away from us. You know, and with all of the things that has happened to our people over here, you understand, we never hear anything from people, from the African continent, as to addressing, the subjugation of our tribes over here. Okay, and that's basically what it all boils down to.
And as a matter of fact, there was the one that helped the enemy that sold us, that prevented us from being the mighty nation that we're supposed to be.
And that is true. They are confederate with the enemy that said in the word, I'm paraphrasing right now, come and let us cut them off as a people. You know what I mean? Which they were talking about the tribes of Israel when they did that. African people, our cousins, were confederate with those other, the enemy himself, that sold, our people into slavery. For the ones of our people that fled out of Judah into Africa, to hide, you know what I'm saying? Basically to hide from going into slavery, because the Most High did say that these things were going to come upon us and we were going to go into slavery. Okay. But at the same time, we had people over here. And it wasn't, those people was not Siberian people. Okay. They were actually Our people was those from the tribes of Gad. Okay, and the poster child. Let me show you guys the poster child. What became the Native American poster child? These have become the Native American poster child, which are actually Siberians that cross the Bering Straits, okay, into our land that is now known as Native American people, and they are not. You know, the Aboriginal Native American people, the Aboriginal Indigenous Native American people are actually our people, and that's just what it is. Okay, now what I want to do is actually listened briefly to a couple of videos, one of Watchman, you know, giving his excerpts as to what he believed about our people being Hamites, which we are not. We are Shemitic. And I want to show more proof, you know, in a video and excerpt from a book that's called the Ancient American. Let me see. I think it was Antiquities. Let me look. No, that's not it. Hold on a second. This book right here, The History of Ancient America by George Jones. Okay, so let's listen to Watchman right quick, and then we'll get back into some more, truth.
Another fact is that these Israelites will be keeping the laws and statutes of the Most High until the latter times. The Native Americans, Mexicans, and Hispanics were not and are not keeping the laws and statutes of Yahuwah. The only few that even believe any of this are those that have been told this deception by some Hebrew Israelite. Many of them had and still have heathenistic practices. Let's take a look at the Native American witch doctors. Who do they resemble culturally? And where did they get this cultural practice from? The children of Ham. This is the cultural practice that's directly linked to the Hamites and not the Israelites. The truth is, the original indigenous people of America and South America are actually descendants of Ham.
See, this is where we got to stop you at. You understand what I'm saying? We, Israelites as a whole, okay, we all went off. This is the reason why we fell into the curses by practicing heathenistic practices, those of different nations, like Hamites. You understand? All of us as a whole, and none of us here in this land, over here right now, in these end times, are fully practicing the laws of the Most High.
And Most High said that we all fall short of the glory. So that means that none of us have it completely right.
Exactly. We're not. And I don't care how much we may get on here on, social media, put on these little dusty, itchy garments, and with our little beanies on our heads, you know what I'm saying? Getting into character, pretending to be, you know what I'm saying, like we so holy. We are still falling short. Like, for example, okay, I happen to know that Watchman here and his wife, okay, as you can see right here, wearing this particular necklace right here. Now the thing is there's nothing wrong with wearing that necklace of the Most High, of what we perceive and believe to be what his name is, because actually none of us really know, because there's so many different pronunciations from the ancient Paleo Hebrew to the Yiddish, which is from what I understand is just, basically a fake of that particular language. But my thing is this, okay? I happen to know that they actually make these necklaces right here. Very, very pretty necklaces, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they put a price tag on this necklace right here and they sell it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't do that right there. I would not sell what I believe, profit off what I believe the Most High's name is.
I know, because really they're not even supposed to sell the Bible itself, but it has become a prophet book also.
Yeah. I wouldn't dare do that. So, this just goes to show how far some people would go, you understand, to prosper, off even the Most High's word or what we perceive to be his name.
And another point I would like to make, as far as I don't believe that we are the children of Ham, is because the way you see this Hamite right here dressed, even to this day, they still keep that tradition over there.
Yeah, they still do that.
When it seemed like once we was free, because the DNA remember things that we may not remember in our brain, but some things just come naturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of the belief that we all had as we was growing up and didn't understand why we did this, that, and the other. And as we were coming into the truth in these end days, and now we understand, well, that's why I believe that. And you never knew why.
Right. We never, you know what I'm saying? We never went this far into these kind of particular customs over here. We are not Hamitic people. We are Shemitic. Okay? That's who we are. We are other tribes. And we also must remember too, okay? Now, a lot of like your Cubans and who is it? Some of the other Latino people and what have you. These people were actually so-called black first before they were infiltrated and enslaved. You understand? They were still the tribes, but they was infiltrated and enslaved by the Grecians and the Spaniards. You understand what I'm saying?
Which was pushed to the forefront, just like over in the other part of the world where the quote-unquote fake Jews are. The real Jews are in the back.
Basically, yeah, right. Because, see, basically, like the Spaniards and the Grecians and all of that, they were actually the seed of the Kenites himself. They come directly from Cain, you understand, which is actually the son of the devil himself, okay? Which basically, he's the one that fathered Cain, okay? Not Adam. You see, and while I'm gonna bring it up again, like I'm always gonna do, when I do little videos like this about the brother and sister here, Deborah, she's very, very proud about how all these different races comes through the black woman. But see, that was the first cardinal sin right there. We were not to do that. Our ancestral mother was not to lay down with the devil and partake of that forbidden fruit, that particular tree right there. Exactly. You understand? To bring forth these different nations. But she brags about that. Well, the black woman where's the love for the black woman? Where's the pat on the back for us? We
created all the rest of the nations.
And not the black man.
Yeah.
She said, I done heard her say that before.
And she said with pride too.
With pride. You understand what I'm saying? With pride. And I'm like, okay, see, now let me tell you something. I love and admire this brother and the sister, you know what I'm saying? Especially for how they brung about and reared their family and everything. I really love seeing that.
Me too.
You understand? But at the same time, you know how it is when you listening to a groove, a song that you like, but it done got so scratched up and you put it on, it starts skipping and you start noticing this record ain't no good no more. I'm taking it off. You understand what I mean? Because basically it's corrupted with scratches. And I'm starting to see this with our brother and sister right here. Yes. Sometime I wonder if they actually sold out because, okay, there are books, like I was showing you about the ancient history of America, that actually states, and there are videos that actually states, which we're going to show you guys that about the ancient Paleo Hebrew that was written on the stone of our Aboriginal Indigenous Native American people, and they want to chop that down. You understand what I'm saying? See, but the thing is this. We are of Shem. And the white man, they even say that, well, Columbus don't know what he talking about. He's not the authority. But he's just stating what he seen when he came over here. Why are you trying to cover that up? Columbus said this. You understand? Columbus himself said these things. And we're going to get into that. But you got anything else to say now?
And that's what Hitler said.
Oh yeah, Hitler even said that we have actually the pearls of God, in our well, he was telling the white man here. He had the pearl of God or something like that, pearls of God in this country, which we was talking about us.
And none of us, like I said again, look like this person you see next to Watchman.
No, we've never come across people that, at the very least, you might have seen them wear the little earrings in the nose, which we see to this day, and even went to putting earrings in the tongue and over the eye and all that. But never
stretched their lip
never
out
none like this.
Out.
This is not a custom of ancient, Hebrew Israelite people. Let's continue with this video.
But they have been whited out. This is why you see the pyramids of Africa, Mizraim, in South America. This is why you see Indians looking like the witch doctors of Africa. Notice how these images of South America is looking just like Hamites with huge jaw plates in their mouth and huge plates in their ears.
Okay, we're not disputing that these Siberians are actually copying these Hamites right here. But what we're making clear is we're not these people, the Hamitic people. We're not. This is what we're making clear. Okay? We have nothing to do with the Guatemalans, these particular people right here that are actually Siberians. You understand? Doing the same thing that these Hamitic people are doing. Okay?
Yeah, because they are pointing out some very good facts about that. But like my husband said, we're just saying that they're my cousins. That's not us.
Right.
Let's just face the truth. They're not Hebrew Israelites. They're Hamites, descendants of Ham. The real reason behind the 12 tribes chart is quite obvious. If you really do your research and you check those that's actually pushing this chart, you'll see that they have Hispanics and Caucasians as wives. This is the true reason why they're even pushing this chart, because they're trying to justify themselves being with a foreign woman when the scripture strictly forbids it.
And that's a fact. That's true. But what's the problem? After all, it's your wife that always brag about being the mother of civilization. How did these foreign women come? Because the ancient grandmama, what have you, went off and did something with the devil to bring about these different people. Okay?
Just like people are doing today.
Just like they're doing today. Okay? So what we're going to do next, I've heard enough of this particular thing because I'm kind of working on a short time right here, but we're going to go over to another video, and then we're going to go to a couple excerpts, and then we're going to bring this thing home. But before we go over to that, I want you guys to hear what he says about ancient fragments they found on a rock. Check this out, of a language. Check this out.
Many are saying that the Native American Indians are Israelites because they wore fringes, and that they found fragments of the Hebrew language on a rock. I say, so what? Does that trump the word? The Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and French, and even some of the people in the Middle East had fringes. Does that make them descendants of Israelites?
In 1860, David Wyrick, he's a guy who surveyed the Newark earthworks. He was digging into a mound near those earthworks, and he found a wooden coffin made of oak. They opened up the coffin and found a skeleton of a man holding a little box that was about 8.10 inches in size. The box had been cemented shut here. This, by the way, is sitting in Ohio. Well, he opened up the box and he found a little man inside, a little black stone. They took it to scholars and they looked at it. The man seems to be carrying something, and there's writing here at first they couldn't recognize. The writing is, they thought in 1860, some sort of Hebrew. Well, finally, about 20 years later, they found some rabbis living in the area, and the rabbis looked at that, and they could read it. They said it was an old kind of block Hebrew, and it was a rendition of the Ten Commandments. Now, this is another piece. Block Hebrew, they said they'd never seen anything like it. Mainstream archaeologists at the time called this a hoax. But then in 1900, or just about after 1900, in Israel, they found the same block-style Hebrew writing. Mainstream archaeologists still dismissed the findings. They found it in Israel, and they found it in Ohio. But there was another stone that they found, and they couldn't argue. This is the Bat Creek stone. It was found during the course of an official Smithsonian evacuation. The Smithsonian didn't understand the meaning of the writing on the stone. They thought it was Cherokee, since it came from Cherokee country. They didn't realize that it's actually Hebrew. They had published this originally upside down. They threw it in a box at the bottom of the Smithsonian, put it in the basement. Many years later, a scholar took it out of the box, looked at it, and went, oh my gosh, it's upside down. It's Phoenician, ancient Hebrew.
Now, see, we deal in facts. You understand? We go with proof that sustains what we are saying right here. You understand? Now, as many of us know that the Most High requires the devil to tell so much truth. But at the same time, what that devil would do would come back and try to debunk the truth that he had to tell. All right? As in this particular book we're talking about, I introduced you guys earlier in this video, The History of Ancient America by George Jones. Okay? It says right here, in chapter 1, verse 2, the courteous reader and tracing the fate of Tecumseh as depicted in the pages of his life will not fail to observe the strong analogy between the religious sentiments of the chief of the forest and those of the ancient Hebrews. The language as uttered by Tecumseh is not written by the pen of fiction merely to uphold a theory of the brain, but gathered from the archives of a people's history to support a theory of apparent truth. The present writer will not yield to any man in the firm belief that the Aborigines of North America, but North America only, and the ancient Israelites are identical. Okay?
Identical.
That says identical right there. Okay? And then if you go down right here, in this sentence right here, suspicions has asserted that all the natives of the continent of Columbus might probably have been originally of Hebrew extractions. Okay? And that's just what it is, people. That's what it is. See, this is what I'm talking about. Proof. See, so facts and proof is what we're about over here. You understand? You are looking at the ancient Hebrew people right here that are Israelites from the seed of Shem. Okay? That's what we're looking at. You know, these are Shemitic people, not Hamites. You understand what I'm saying? It's clear to see that. Our people was over here long before those people that are now called the poster child of Native Americans. You're looking at the Aboriginal Indigenous Native Americans right here. This is our people, maybe of the different tribes or whatever, Judah, Gad, what have you. This is it right here.
And even maybe Ham. Maybe some of Ham was here, but they was not the predominant ones.
Right. And when you look at these people right here, you can see the bone structure it's just different in so many ways from that of so-called Hamitic people. And that's just what it is. That's just the facts. Okay?
Yes, it is.
See, so we just basically wanted to touch on this situation right here, you know, because there's a lot of myths going on. talking about we Hamites and all of those kinds of. We are not Hamites. I mean, you know, now when you look at Deborah, you know what I mean. She may be Hamitic. She may be from the Hamitic seed line, you know, but we're not Hamitic people. There's nothing wrong with being, you know, from the Hamite, you know, Hamitic seed line. It's not. Don't get us wrong when we say that.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the enemy that first said that we was cursed and that we were Ham.
Yeah, because
we're not.
Yeah, he did say that somehow we was cursed with blackness. You understand? I mean, because we looked up on, well, the Hamitic, you know, Ham looked up on his father's nakedness,
Yes.
you know, or something like that. And so that cursed us and made us like that is a lie.
And they switched everything around because really, they the one with the leprosy skin.
Yeah.
They are the one that's cursed.
They are the ones that's cursed. That's right, because we get along with the sun. And we know, well...
Yeah, the earth don't
The earth, yep, don't even like them. And the sun, you know, the word melanoma was derived, you know, was created to explain a condition that they get. You know what I'm saying? If they hang around that sun too much.
And their skin just mean that they are void of melanin.
Yeah, void of, you know, they don't have the kind of melanin that, you know, what the Most High gave his people, us, you know, to survive the earth. Let's just put it like that. But basically, that's all we got on this one right here. We're not here, you know what I mean, to disparage, you know, the brother and sister or whatever, but we're just here to defend. We are not Hamitic people, basically.
And I want to say that there are so many things that we have been taught lies about for many, 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 many years, even back to our fourth and fifth ancestors or father, to tell you the truth. But there is just so much that we are all learning in such a short period of time, and I don't think we're all going to get it all before our Heavenly Father comes to get us and take us home.
Exactly. Well, that's all we got on this one, people. We're interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on this particular video, you know, in the comment section. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched simply because we are. This is James.
And John.
And we are out. Peace.